Hey there. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cookie B. Now, you know, it is 4:59, so I'm giving you guys a chance to tune in. I know you got to get situated. I have my grandson right here, sitting here. See the TV? See right there? Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So today, as you know, I'm giving you guys a chance to tune in. Yeah, giving you guys a chance to tune in to the show. Go downstairs and get your iPad. Go get your iPad. Go get your iPad. All right. All right. Now, it is officially 5 o'clock. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cookie B. I love you, baby. Okay. And it is July 8th. I'm sorry, it's January 8th. I'm being distracted right now, but I love you guys. It is January 8th, and we have a lot to talk about today. Now, giving you a chance, like I said, come on in and tune in. As you know, I always like to start off with something positive, and today's positive, yes, baby. It tells me that, hold on, I'm shuffling the cards. You know, I always go with Miss Richardson, but I'm also going to do my saying for the day. Now, I'm noticing that nothing is popping up on my, on my screen again. So I'm probably going to have to do, I don't know what's going on that is not going up. There we go. Kelly, I can see you. There we go. Kelly, I can see you. Hey, I can see the comments. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cookie B. I hope you guys are having a great week. It is Thursday, January 8th. And we are about to get started. Now, I'm going to get started first. Hey, Ty. As you know, I have on my statement shirt for the day, which is access to my energy is a privilege. Access to your energy is a privilege. So we need to start respecting ourselves more and not letting everybody into our energy. Now, also, I'm going to do a statement saying for today. And I got this from Jeff Moore. Jeff Moore says, and this will help you with inspiration. First, it's an idea. Then it's a decision. Then it's discipline. Then it's consistency. Then it's identity. Then it's a lifestyle. Keep going. I'm going to say that again because we know that we have to be consistent. So first, it's an idea. Then it's a decision. Then it's discipline. Then it's consistency. Then it's identity. Then it's a lifestyle. Keep going. All right, all right, all right. I'm going to keep that one going because I really want to be consistent in everything that I'm doing. I don't know what he's doing, baby. My daughter had to go run an errand. So she has her baby with her. Go get your iPad. I'm also going to go downstairs and get your iPad. Go downstairs and get your iPad. I'm also going to pick a card. So as you know, I always do the cards. So I'm going to, this one popped out. Wisdom. Let's see what the card says today. Wisdom. Let go of the need to control. Trust in the wisdom of a divine plan. Let go of the need to control. Trust in the wisdom of a divine plan. All right, you guys, that was good. That was a good one, I must say. Now, I want to let you know, if you see the camera moving, I have this new little toy that I have where it's going to follow me wherever I move to. So I really like that. So when I get, like I told you guys, I'm going to be on the move. So I'm going to do a lot of shows where, every time I move my hand, it does something. I'm going to do a lot of shows where I may be just walking. And I want the camera to follow me. Hey, Royanne. All right, you guys. Now, as we talked about on Tuesday, it was already 6 days into the new year. What's going on? What was going on? Now, I'm going to start this off because today we're going to talk about perception. Thank you, Kelly. I do like it. I got it off Amazon. And then this mic I've been had, but I noticed that too, when you guys say static, I took the mic that I usually wear and just put it on the back so you guys can still hear me. But sometimes my voice changes when I get onto the mic. So I just give y'all a little sex appeal. Anyway, All right, you guys. So I am really pissed off today. And the reason I'm pissed, C3, what's going on? I'm really pissed off because, as you know, today's world news, an ICE agent decided to shoot a U.S. citizen in front of her wife yesterday. So I'm a little PO'd about that. What's wrong? Okay. Oh, we got a little bit. I don't know. My daughter's gone. Yeah, stay right here. Shh, be quiet. Okay. So she got shot yesterday in front of her wife, and I'm a little pissed off about that. No, stop. No, you can't do that. I'm a little pissed off about that because then I'm a little proud, and I must say not little. I'm very proud of the mayor of Minnesota. Because, yeah, as the mayor of Minnesota said, and I must quote, hold on. And I wrote this down. The lady who was shot, her name was Renee Good. And Renee Good was shot in front of her wife by ICE agents. Move over this way. Move over. I don't know why the camera moved, but I'm going to have to turn it this way. Was shot in front of ICE agents. Now, hats off, like I said, to the mayor of Minnesota. Little boy, you're going to have to go get it's following him. You're going to have to go get your iPad for me. I apologize, you guys. I'm doing Meemaw duties. Go get your iPad. Go downstairs and get your iPad. Bring it upstairs. Okay? Okay, bring it upstairs. No, you don't have to apologize. Go get it and bring it upstairs. All right. Yeah, she was a mother of 3. Thanks, Ty. But hats off to the mayor of Minneapolis who said, ICE agents, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. Hats off to him. I really appreciate that because he said, as they said that they're doing the investigation, that this is a bunch of bullshit. So give me one moment, you guys. What is it? He said, hello. Hey, Piggy Boop, how are you? Okay, be quiet. I'm going to need you to be quiet, and I'm going to need you to go and get your iPad. Where is your iPad? No. Downstairs. So go get it. Okay. Thank you. And then bring it up here. Okay? Okay. Thank you. All right. So yes, the mayor responded like because they are gangsters. The criminals are gangsters. So I'm a little upset about that. I'm going to pause you guys for one moment because I'm going to go and get his iPad for him. Hold on. Move. I know you're doing them fake tears. I asked you to go get your iPad. Stay right there. Okay? Okay. All right. You were downstairs and then you came upstairs. Here you go. Here's your Doritos, your iPad, and your juice. Yay. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry, and thank you for your patience. I apologize. It's right there on the table. Right there on the table. Right there. Whew. All right. I ran up the stairs. Yes. He talked to them like gangsters. Ooh, Royan. It's something else because I'm not supposed to be. I'm working right now, so I don't know that. Hey, you guys that tuned in, I apologize. We're talking about world events right now. And with the world events right now, as I stated, I'm a little pissed off, but I'm a little proud of the mayor of Minneapolis who said once again, and you know what? I got to say it again because I think this is how everybody feels. ICE agents, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. Yes. Yes. He said that. Meemaw duties over everything else. You're right. You're right. And then he's so self-sufficient. That's the thing. He's sitting downstairs until he heard me talking. Then he like, hold on, I'm getting in on this conversation. And then she was killed 4 blocks. 4 blocks from where George Floyd was killed. Now that's the irony of it. And then they said that they're not doing the investigation because what's to investigate? I want to say, the fuck you mean what's to investigate? There are so many, most of us that are on this right now, we come from an age where we didn't have cameras. We didn't have any of that. Now that everyone does have cameras and stuff, they filmed it. He told her to get out the way. She was getting out the way, moving, and you decided to shoot her? Whatever she was doing did not warrant being shot, being killed, nothing at all. And I apologize, you guys. I forgot to tell y'all as I looked, because the drink of the day, I'm drinking Tito's and strawberry lemonade. Tito's and strawberry simply lemonade. All right, let's go back to the topic at hand. So I was a little pissed off at that, but they just found out who he was. Hey, Angie, his name is Jonathan Ross. He is the man who shot Renee Good. So I was wondering at first, what was taking so long for them to find him? Because, usually as soon as, on TikTok, they find out immediately. They be like, hey, TikTok, do your job. The man got in his car and pulled off. Now, I don't wish ill on nobody. Lord have mercy, because it's not it's not good. Hey, Derek say Tito aid. You're right. Because I have been looking at the news and stuff, and then just no more than 10 minutes before I decided to come live and do my show, they said they found out that man's name, and I did share it to my regular post, they found out that man's name was Jonathan Ross. Now, there have been a couple of press conferences, and I know you guys have probably watched, and I told you guys, I don't really watch the news. I get my news from Aaron Parnas, really, and the chick who does the tea. When it comes to persecution, I forgot who that lady is who is the something at the White House. She said it was justified. It amazes me when they say you can be judged by a jury of your peers. When we watched and witnessed George Floyd's unaliving by the police, videos everywhere. Why does there have to be a trial? It was witnessed. I'm losing my mind. And then here we have Miss Renee, shot 4 times, sitting next to her wife and dog. There was a doctor there that said, don't let her bleed out. Don't let her bleed out. Let me help. And the ICE agents were telling him to get the fuck back. I'm gonna get off this subject. I'm gonna get off that, because when I tell you guys, I could not believe what I witnessed. But yet we had Miss yes, baby. I'm talking to the people. Say hey there. When they said that they were witnessing up, I can't do that right now, baby. When they said that they were going to do an investigation, even with the investigation that they are doing, I'm trying to figure out why. See the people? See the people? Yeah. Okay. Even when they say they're doing an investigation, but you got to move out the way because you're making the camera shake. Okay. When they say they were doing an investigation, even with the investigation, it really doesn't need to be an investigation. That's just me. That's just me. It doesn't need to be an investigation because we have enough evidence to convict. We witnessed murder live, just like Charlie Kirk. I mean, they found the man. We saw him get shot, but then we didn't actually see him shoot him. But we saw this man shoot Renee. Hey there, Kim. We saw that officer that had his knee on, George Floyd's neck. So I'm not understanding all that. So I can't give that, because we talked about energy today. Access to my energy is a privilege. I can't give that too much more energy because I'm too mad at the system that we have in place when it comes to authority. All right. I also want to talk about something I saw, and I don't know if you guys are aware. And if you're not aware, let me tell you about it. January 20th is supposed to be a walkout day where everybody on their job or everywhere is supposed to walk out of their job. Now, you can possibly lose your job doing that. So I went to the comments, of course, and a lot of people said, well, you know, does PTO count and all that stuff? So January 20th of this year is supposed to be a walkout day. Now, I did a little research because January 20th of 2025 was a day of rest for the black women. We wasn't doing nothing but watching Netflix and minding our black business. So when they said January 20th, I had to look up the date because I said, why January 20th? That's a Tuesday. Why Tuesday? Because January 19th is Martin Luther King Day. And we know that motherfucker done tried to take all black state holiday or all holidays away. But I'm sure they still gonna celebrate it. But from what I've seen, you're supposed to just not be on your job on January 20th. Do your research because I didn't understand that. I also want to say happy birthday to R. Kelly. Backyard party. Yes, today is R. Kelly's birthday. Hey, Sarah. Today is R. Kelly's birthday. He is born January 8th, 1967. And guess what? I had to look it up because I was wondering too, why is it that Trump didn't pardon him? Just asking. I mean, he deserves. He deserves. Also, when it comes to R. Kelly, his release date is December 21st, 2045. So when he gets released from prison, he will be 79 years old. Yeah. He'll be 79 years old. Hey, Gerald. What up, though? 11777. Is that your birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Gerald. But yeah, I just found out, you know, that R. Kelly's birthday is today, as well as Mary J. Blige's birthday is coming up. Aaliyah's birthday, I believe, is January 16th. So it's a lot of January birthdays. Oprah Winfrey's birthday is January 29th. But I just happened to look this up and I just wondered, I said, Trump couldn't pardon him because, you know, Diddy only got 50 months. Yeah. I'm a little shocked at that. Diddy only got 50 months. So, you know, it is what it is. Also, yes, it is. I did look at my calendar. Yes, your mama's birthday. Hey, Mama Yvonne. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Also, next on my list that I found out, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins got released to his duties today. So why is it then when you're doing good in football, because I don't think the Dolphins was doing that bad, and he got released? That happened to the Raiders. It's happened to a bunch of them. And I'm not understanding that. Yeah, it's Capricorn season, Gerald. But he got released from his duties. The head coach of the Miami Dolphins. So that's just a smidgen of some of the things that I found out today. And I'm sure there's much more going on. But I know that on Tuesday, we had a couple of technical difficulties. And I apologize and I thank you guys for tuning in. What's wrong, baby? What's the best? No, that's football. We're talking about football. Football. Not basketball, football. You're right. Sarah, who gets fired on a Thursday? I said the same thing. Who gets fired on a Thursday? Well, the Miami Dolphins coach. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say his name. I forgot his I didn't write his name down. I just saw that the coach was relieved of his duties. Yeah, who gets fired on a Thursday? I mean on a Thursday. So Tuesday, you know, I had technical difficulties. We were talking about we were only 6 days into the new year and so much bullshit was happening. And then, you know, I just talked about it today and I wanted to, you know, just bring awareness because I'm still in awe that I witnessed and saw that on TV, that the young lady was shot and her wife and dog just sat there and witnessed it. And and then, oh my gosh, and this is what I saw too. When the the EMTs came up, usually when something happens, it becomes a crime scene. Do you know they took that woman's body out the car and took it down the street? Yeah. Their excuse for that was saying because the street was blocked. Well, if y'all moved all them motherfucking ICE agents, the street wouldn't have been blocked. But I digress. All right. That really got me, and so did the Tito's. Sorry about that, you guys. All right, then. So today's topic on Conversations with Cookie B, we were going to talk about, I said it on Tuesday and I lost my thought of the other, projection. Now, I know that and we talked about resolutions. So I know that I've made a couple of resolutions. And when I say resolutions, I just made a couple of statements of things that I am going to get done. I gave myself until the end of the month, which is January 31st, to get my room, my bedroom, my closet in order, because I do have a number of shoes, clothes. And since I'm no longer in, hey, D-Lo, since I'm no longer really on the corporate America, a lot of dress plants and dress clothes I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to keep some staple items, of course, but I have a lot. Tracy, and I don't know if she tuned in today, but Tracy had told me, don't give them to Goodwill, because Goodwill is going to do anything but sell them. But I usually give them to Hoven House, which is it's a halfway house for women who have been on, abusive or drugs or whatever, and they're coming clean, but they need clothes. So I said this would be good because they can have interview clothes and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do for cleansing. So I know a lot of people say they don't make resolutions. They don't do that. And that's fine. I just made some statements, but I also had a couple of statements that were made to me that I wanted to talk about. So what we're going to talk about today is perception. With everything that's going on in the world, what are you putting out there? How are you perceived? Now, some of us, and D-Lo, I know you can chime in on this because this cracks me up. And I wish Kelly's mother was listening because I know she would too. I've come to a point in my life where I really don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks. It doesn't matter. I'm coming to a point in my life also where I'm saying to myself, why are you holding on to that? Girl, go on, wear the shoes. Why are we waiting on special occasions to wear certain outfits? Put your best foot forward every day. And I'm sure a lot of us do. But I was also thinking about how a person walked up to me and said, oh, Cookie, you being nice today. I don't recall any time where I'm not nice. Now, I've come a long way from my other nickname that I have, which was Cookie Motherfucking B from Chicago, because I was quick to pop off, say some slick shit, and put you in your place. But then I came to, as I'm maturing, graying even more, I came to a point where I said, you know what? Everything doesn't require a response. And sometimes I know the look on my face is response enough. But when he said it to me, not once, but twice in the same day, I had to say to him, when am I not nice? He was silent. When am I not nice? Because that's your perception of me. Now, Angie tuned in, and I know Angie, me and her frequent the same place. And a lot of people always say, oh, the way you looking, you look like you mad. Well, looks are deceiving, because you never know what somebody may be going through. You never know. I could have been coming out of a thought, and then you popped up in my face, and I said, oh, hey, you know what I mean? And I don't understand that. So when it comes to perception, that I don't understand that. Dolores says, silence is loud. It is. Derek says, I get that a lot. Derek, you a man. And I'm trying to understand why are people saying stuff like that? Because I know we get so comfortable when we can think we think we can say whatever we want to anybody. Hey Pam, I think it is part of this new administration where you think you can say whatever you want to anybody. And that's disrespectful. Now, of course, you don't want to let anybody disrespect you, of course. You know, we're not going to get disrespected. And you are supposed to protect your peace. And I see a lot of that going around. Yeah, you protect your peace. But some people will say whatever's on their mind. Now, we used to let old folks do it all the time. Old folks can do it whenever they want to because we just give them a pass. I don't. And let me tell you why. Smith's out here had a sale on eggs. This is just recently. I just experienced this. And I told you guys, sometime the universe, even though I have a list of things I want to talk about, the universe will change my topic. So I went to Smith's and I said, oh my gosh, and y'all know eggs have been high. And I run my cake business. And in running my cake business, I need eggs. So when I saw the sale, I said, I'm going to go ahead and get me some eggs. Now, you can only use the coupon 5 times in one transaction. And the eggs were $1.99 for a dozen of large eggs. I thought that was great. So I go to get me some eggs. There's a man who works at Smith's. And I said, excuse me, sir. When are you going to get some more eggs in? He says, I don't know. The truck should be coming in by midnight. Smart ass I am, I said, what time do y'all close? He said, midnight. I said, well, today is the last day of the sale. I'd like to have a rain check. He says, normally we don't do rain checks on digital coupons. I said, okay. But you know what? Because you're pretty, I'm going to do it for you. I said, sir, thank you for the compliment. I'm sure there are plenty of pretty women you see every day. I'm going to go to the front now and get my eggs. So as I go get my eggs, go get my rain check. I go to the front to customer service. As I go to customer service, the young lady says, and I drop names. How you doing? The man in the back named such and such advised me that you don't give rain checks on digital coupons. But because I've been here twice, because I had been there that morning and I had come back that evening. He told me, the truck probably won't come till midnight. I said, okay. But because there's still no eggs, Mr. Such and such advised me to tell you that I need a rain check. She proceeds to say, well, we don't give rain checks on digital coupons. I was silent. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this for you. I was trying to figure out, and I thank you for my blessing, what makes you think you're doing anything for me? Now, I didn't ask for a discount. I just said, sir, when I went that morning, I happened to see the same person. So I said, sir, when are you going to get your eggs in? They'll be in later on this evening. So when I go back in the evening, no truck. He said, you were here earlier. Yeah. When are you going? Oh, they'll be here midnight. Well, don't y'all close at midnight? So how am I going to get the eggs? Well, you know what? I'm going to do such and such. That's fine. Now I want to give them a big kudos for excellent customer service. But then the lady said, here's the rain check. But just note, for future reference, we won't do this for you again. The tone she had just stirred up my spirit. And I said, oh, okay. The look I gave her let her know that, bitch, you don't talk to me like that. Because I'm only doing what the man said. Now, no is a sentence all by itself. And I would have been okay with you just saying no. Okay, but you offered a rain check. So I went back yesterday. I said, let me go get my eggs. So I go up there. Now, mind you can get 5. Who did I run into? The same 2 people. I go in. The man recognizes me. Hey, pretty lady. Hi. I did like this. Hello, Mr. Such and Such. How are you? We have plenty of eggs for you today. Thank you. I grabbed my 5 eggs. I said, Happy New Year, sir. My face changed just like that. I go to check out. Who checks me out? Now, normally I go to the self-checkout. So I said, I got this doggone rain check. Who checks me out? The lady who gives me the coupon. As I go up there, she says, I remember you. I remember you too. Oh my gosh, you got your eggs. It's the tone for me. I said, yes, I did. Here's my rain check. She wanted to reiterate to me once again. You know, we don't normally do this. This is what I said. You're right, Kim. This is how it ended. I said, I know you told me that yesterday that you don't normally do this. So are you telling me that you don't want to do it right now? I'll wait. I watched her cheeks turn red. No. That's not what I was saying. And then I let her have it. Now, I prayed when I got home. I prayed really on the way home, but then I let her have it. I said, I really don't know who you think you're talking to, but you have advised me twice, really now the 3rd time, that this isn't what you normally do. Now, I don't know if you think I'm asking for some type of privilege, because I'm not. The man in the back advised me that he would give me a rain check. I run a baking business. So if he offered to give me a rain check, you then gave me the rain check. And now you're here to remind me that you gave me a rain check. You know what I'm going to say to you? Thank you. I proceeded to put my eggs in the bag. This is her hand, nervously is overriding the price of the eggs. And as I grabbed my bag, she said, my intention was not to offend. I said, ma'am, I don't have memory issues. You don't have to keep reminding me of what you did for me. Now, I truly do know that my ancestors was watching over me, because in my mind, I'm saying to myself, a version of The Color Purple. Why do you act like we back in slavery days and you really doing me a favor. I didn't ask for it. And I guess I was supposed to say, well, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Bitch, if you don't go sit down somewhere, if I'd have got to customer service and you said, he told me not, I would have said, oh, okay. Now the eggs right now is $2.09. Okay, I would have missed out on what, 90 something cents? But the fact that you kept reminding me, you see now what my perception is. I kept saying to myself, am I looking homely? Am I looking like, well, I just look like I'm all this that you got to do me a favor? Was I looking like one of them uppity niggas that you just figure you need to take me a peg down because, bitch, I'm not? I really drove home saying, Lord, please forgive me for my tone. But I want to pray for them too, because I really don't know who they thought they was talking to. Now, I don't mind the man complimenting me. I don't care. But when you see me the next time, hey, pretty lady, hello, how are you? You getting them eggs? Yeah, I am. Okay. Maybe you're just trying to be friendly. But the lady at the front who then wound up checking me out, she wasn't trying to be friendly, and it was her tone. So I don't give her a pass. But my perception of her has changed. My perception of Smiths has changed. I want to know, and I want to tell you guys too, my perception of this world has definitely changed, because I really think people really think they can get away with anything. Now, granted, I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to, toot my own horn or nothing. I be thinking people really think I look young and that I just got gray hair. There you go. My grandson just said it. Ha ha. I don't understand it. My second incident, your mama coming in, go downstairs. She coming in, the garage going up. So is your daddy. My second perception was, I went to a party this weekend and we were doing a line dance. And they, come on, do the line dance. Now, mind you, I didn't want to. I sat down for a reason. As I sat down for the reason, come on, do the line dance. And I just gave in to do the line dance. The line dance just happened to be Touch on Me by October London. As I was doing the line dance, one of my girlfriends said, well, you doing it wrong because it's a 4-wall dance. No, it's not. It's a 2-wall dance. And with the 2-wall dance, I was doing it the way it was supposed to be done. But then I politely said, if you gonna do it this way, why the fuck would you ask me to get up here? And I sat my happy ass down. I really am living out my shirt this time, because access to my energy is a privilege. Now, I didn't get offended, but I learned that I just don't need to participate. When people are trying to get you to do something and you don't want to do it, can you respect that? If you say no, leave them alone. Because it really did bother me, but I just sat down and I just said, no, I don't have to get up and do that line dance. Perception. I guess I was sitting there looking like I wanted to line dance, but I didn't. Hey, Mark, happy belated birthday. Mark says, where's the newborn? Oh, he's coming in the house right now. She's just coming in the house right now. What is he crying for, Kana? Okay. Well, now his mother's home and he's crying. I don't know what he's crying for, but the newborn, she just came in the house. I'm just amazed. So when it comes to perception, what are we not understanding? Do I need to define perception? Or is it that we just comfortable saying whatever we want to say? Because if I see you and you don't look like you want to be bothered, I ain't going to bother you. Hey, Jonetta, I ain't going to bother you. I'm really trying to make sure that we all are putting our best foot forward. What are they seeing in you? Hey, kitty cat. What are they seeing that we're not perceiving correctly? Now, even with everything that's going on in the world, as I bring this full circle, the lady who got shot, Renee, good. Perception. What was she doing that you thought you needed to take her life? Besides sitting in a car with her wife. You also lied and said that she tried to run you over with her vehicle. Why? Kat says a lot of us are comfortable running off at the gym. Yes. And I know that I can sometimes tend to be friendly. And I only say that because I have always been one of those people that when you come into a space that you're not familiar with, I want to make sure that you're comfortable. I want to make sure that you are okay with where you are. I don't have to intrude. I don't have to do anything, but I want you to perceive this as a safe space. Kat says many haven't learned to say, let them. You're right. Because I'm learning that I finished up the book, but I'm like, really let them and let me mind my own business. I know there are certain things that a lot of people, and if Royanne is still listening, she was one of those people that she was coming out to the stepper set by herself. And I approached her to let her know, girl, this is a safe space. You came out to dance, get your dance on. I've always been that person that wanted you to feel comfortable, especially at my favorite hole in the wall. I don't walk into a room, and I was raised that way, unless I speak. May not speak to everybody individually, but I'll say, as y'all know, hey there. And people will turn around and I will wave. I wanted people to know this is a safe space. A safe space. Mark says perception is an individual process. Yep, she did that. Royan, and that's just me. I know what it's like to be an outsider. Let me say that. Or to be the first one somewhere and you just feel uncomfortable. I've always wanted everyone, especially us, to feel welcome, especially when there's a lot of us. Girl, come on over here and sit down. What's your name? What you doing? Where you get them shoes from? Hey there, Blue. I've always been like that. But I just wonder, especially with everything that's going on in the world, we're perceiving a lot of stuff incorrectly. Like Mark says, perception is an individual process. I believe, and this is just me, a lot of us have a lot of growing to do. And you're never too old to learn when it comes to growing. I totally agree with that. And what are we perceiving incorrectly? I perceived and saw correctly that, Charlie Kirk got shot. I perceived, and I don't think it was incorrect, that ICE agent, Jonathan Ross, shot Renee Good. We got cameras. I'm trying to understand where is the misconception or the misperception. I'm not understanding that at all. And things are now so cut and dry. There is no in between because now, like I said, we have cameras. The man went over there, and we talked about this on Tuesday, and kidnapped the president and his wife of Venezuela. Now, I got questions about that because I was saying to myself as I did a little more research, how you just I'm not going to let them take me out my own home. I was always raised, make sure you take care of home first. America is fucked up right now. And you worried about overseas? That's just me. But because there is so much self-centeredness going on, Y'all, we really do have to call out to a higher power. Royanne said, let's call it what it is. You're right. You're right. It is. I'm not understanding the perception, even when it comes to dating. And we're going to talk about that on Tuesday, because dating in 2026, it's a new year, but is it the same shit? One of my friends reached out to me and said, let's talk about double standards. We're going to talk about that on Tuesday. Double standards. Kat, you've always advised me one of your catisms. And I know that my mother used to say, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Can you really take what being dissed out? When the tables are turned back on you, can you really handle it? Now, I post something on my Facebook page that this young lady said, and I cannot think of her name, and I post so much stuff, and I was wondering what she said, because she said, you can remember to go and invade another country, but you can't remember that you shitted on yourself. Talking about Donald Trump. I really want to know, you guys, how did we get here? How did we get here? And I really truly believe that this is a test. And I know y'all, when God show up, he gonna show out. I believe that this is truly bringing out a lot of stuff. I was really hurt also, and I hate to double back on this, when I saw Jasmine Crockett crying in a session today, because she was really hurt at the fact that we witnessed a murder. And you know, people, and I thank everybody who posted their videos of everything that happened, because that's evidence. I really do. I'm thankful to everybody. Mark says she backed up her vehicle, turned her front wheels to the right. She didn't plan on driving straight at anyone. No, she didn't, Mark, because he jumped in the way. When you tell someone, and I've watched this, especially with the police, they will tell you, get down, get down, get down. As soon as you get down, put your hands up. You give out too many conflicting orders at the same time. Make up your mind. Now, Gannon, I'm not blaming the police, but I'm saying blaming the police but it's, put your hands up. I'm sorry, y'all. Put your hands up. Okay. Now walk towards me. Okay. Get down. And why is it that when you do get the suspect in custody, you got to manhandle them? They're obeying. They're not resisting. I truly don't understand that, y'all. I know, I promise you guys, it could be me, because I believe that this is a simple world. I believe that life is simple. We make it difficult. Everything can be cut and dry. Yes or no. You know, there is a gray, because it ain't no maybe I'm pregnant or maybe I'm not. Either you is or you ain't. But I believe that so many, and I'm using that analogy because there are so many things that are cut and dry. People need to eat. Everybody is not on food stamps, but 78% of the white folks are. But they blame it on the black folks. Regardless, people need to eat. People need housing. People need jobs. I posted something else where it shows how everybody's becoming billionaires and trillionaires, but yet minimum wage has not moved. But then you wonder why I can't pay my rent. You've taken away childcare, and I hate to be reiterating these things or taking it back talking about it, because it's really getting to me, because it affects me. And the reason it affects me is because I have a 25-year-old daughter. Granted, nobody's perfect. She now has 2 children. She says, okay, I'm going to go get a job. Now, back in the day, granted, grandma and them will watch your kids. but we ain't the same grandmas no more. So if I said I need a little aid and assistance, you wonder why I need it. Because you're not paying me what I need to live. Thank you, Kelly. Yes, she has two children that are perfect. What happens, Kelly, and I'm going to just use you as an example, because I know that your brother got married. He has a daughter. You have two children. If eventually your son and your daughter decide to have children, what does the future look like for them? What about those who don't have their mothers or grandmothers to babysit? So not that I'm trying to live off the government, but I just need a little A&A, a little aid and assistance. I need a little help because I'm going to pay somebody to watch my child for 8 hours while I work. Now that stems to the teachers. You don't want to pay teachers because not only am I going to watch your child, I'm going to teach him a little something. Why? Is it American greed? I truly believe it is. Because why can't you pay the teachers? And there are so many people who still have the American dream. I want to be a policeman. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a teacher. So this fool is just going to kill everybody's dream. We have the rich and the poor. Why? There is enough for everybody to go around. Truly not understanding it. Truly not understanding it. So when it comes to everything that's going on in the world, I don't get it. I don't get it because it is that simple. Royanne says, well, this administration wants women to go home and not work and make babies. So to them, childcare is not needed. Royanne, that administration does. But in the real world, there are women, we fighting for women's right to vote, women's rights, equal rights. Hell, black folks been doing it. Oh God, that's a whole nother topic. Help me understand. Why are we going backwards? And I can't do anything but say, Lord, when you gonna show up? When you coming back? When you gonna show up and show out? Enough of us are not recognizing that money, the love of money is the root of all evil. Is that what's going on? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I also watched something else for the last couple of minutes of my show. What's going on with these men nowadays? I'm a piggyback more on that for Tuesday because there's a shortage, or is there? I watched a woman talk about other women with her church cloth on. And she was talking about how the illusion of sex is now gone. That men, and I posted it, I'm going to post it again. Y'all ain't leaving nothing to the man's imagination. Nothing at all. Royanne says they want to go back to the days of what they call, that's what I'm going to say, the good old boys. And the white women are helping them do it. Yes, they are, Royanne. Kamala Harris couldn't have said it better. And neither could have Jasmine Crockett. I don't blame every white woman. Let me say that. But I don't trust white women at all. It's a sin and a shame. And I'm not kind of categorize everybody in that and every white person in that. But it's a sin and a shame that they will, oh my gosh, you're just so this and you're just so that. And oh my God, that is my friend. And will turn around and stab you in the back. Is it because they've been stealing since day one? Because that's how we got to America, right? I'm just asking. Have they been stealing since day one? Have you been really trying to fit in because this is not your country? How can you stay in a place that was never yours to begin with? Some of us were brought here unwillingly. Let me say that. And some of us really don't even want to be here. Jonetta says, we can't trust them because they show themselves to be untrustworthy. You're right, Jonetta. And it amazes me. But yet we try to say, oh, she all right. But it's always vice versa. I truly believe there's a reason why I'm no longer living in Chicago and moved out here, because my mother tried to instill in me, the world ain't white. The world ain't black. That's why I couldn't go to Jackson State. That's why I couldn't go to Grambling. She said, I want you to experience the world. I don't think this is what she intended on y'all. I really don't think our parents who were born from 1930 something to 1950, I don't think this is what they dreamed of. Those parents right now that we have are like Kim, my girlfriend Kim is on here, 90, 92, 80 something. I know they never thought we'd have a black president. But we've made so many milestones only for them to try to take us backwards. Remember the Model T Ford? Remember peddling cars? Y'all watch the Flintstones. Come on. Remember peddling cars? We're now on electric cars. How is it that you want to bring us so far up? Yeah, 90 and 82. Thank you, Kim. Your parents are 90 and 82. How is it that you want to bring us up so far and chop us down? Bring us back. Aren't we supposed to be America, United States of America, land of the free, home of the brave, and innovative? Y'all, let's do better. Let's truly try to do better. Let's try to do our best. We need to make this world, and just my girlfriend Royanne says she can't wait to have grandkids. What legacy are we leaving for our next generation? How is my daughter ever going to move out if she can't get a job making more than minimum wage? How is it that those that are going to college to be whatever they want to be, especially like sports and that, whatever you want to be, and you're not going to pay them? Now, granted, some salaries I don't agreeing with. There's enough money for everywhere. Everyone. But how we going to make a living, y'all? Kim says, we were part of the American dream. Jonetta says, they would have never thunk it. You're right. They would have never thunk it. And I do believe you're right. We were never part of the American dream, but it's amazing because white people are now the minority. But this is what America was built on. As I'm sitting here talking to you right now, it was so funny because what popped in my head was the Statue of Liberty. When you coming over from those other countries, you see the Statue of Liberty. She originally was black, but those chains are still on that statue at her feet. Y'all, we got to do better. We got to do better. And it's amazing how we are now, everyone is trying to be self-employed. And I don't knock nobody's hustle, because that's just what we have to do nowadays, because we're not making enough making money. Kelly says history is repeating itself. There is a need to be multi-generational households to survive. Man, this ain't what we intended on, and this ain't what we asked for, but I know it's going to get greater later. I believe that we are going to get better at whatever this is, but I truly believe that it's not over yet. But I truly want to also be here to witness everything that happens. I want to smile and say, yeah, I remember. Yeah, we've come this far. But I also remember that verse. I know you didn't bring me this far to leave me. I know you did not bring me this far to leave me. And I definitely know he ain't left none of y'all. We are going to do better. Dion, you are the queen of side hustles. And you are right, because I'm side hustling doing cakes. I'm side hustling MCing. I'm side hustling podcasts, even though I did leave my job. But I took my 401k and say, I need to invest this, because I know you need to sometimes make money to get to your dreams. And we definitely are going to get our dreams, but don't let nobody take your dream. Nobody take your dream. On the last note, Mayor Mark says, I believe everything is tied to a person's faith. If you live in your faith, you're honest and authentic. You're right. I believe that. I truly believe that. Well, y'all, it is now 6:00. And I surely do thank you for tuning in to another episode of Conversations with Cookie B. Perception is everything. And I'm truly going to go out here and put my best foot forward, because I don't care how you look at me. I'm living, as Mark says, honest and authentic. So I want you to too. Don't have any regrets. We are in 2026. Live your life. Wear that dress. What you holding on to it for? Declutter. We're going to do all that. And I am going to hold you guys accountable, because I'm going to say, okay, let's chime in and see what you done. I'm going to give you 30 days. Because remember, I got till January 31st to get that closet and that room in order. And I'm going to bring pictures and post pictures of less chaos. All right, you guys. Remember, Tuesday, we're going to talk about dating in 2026. No regrets, Kim. You're right. We having no regrets. If you guys are living in Las Vegas and you need any type of real estate assistance, reach out to me. My soror, Z5, Kimberly Jeffries, is a real estate agent. She'd be more than happy to help you. Jonelle says, do you just done leave any unwilling victims? I'm going to come and see myself. Come, you can come see yours, Kim. Don't be trying to do that. I'm getting rid of my stuff. I'm for real. I'm getting rid of it. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Thanks once again for tuning in to Conversations with Cookie B. Remember, Tuesday, tell a friend. We're going to talk about dating in 2026. I still believe my husband is coming for me. I'm waiting on him. I'm getting ready for him. I'm making room in my closet for him. All right, you guys. Have a great weekend. I love you guys. Thank you. Don't forget to tell a friend. Tune in to Conversations with Cookie B on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Have a great weekend. Hey, Missy. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Have a good one. I love you guys. You're right. Faith is important. Love you guys. Keep the faith. And I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.